Well, they have sold more than 75 million records worldwide. Their music has been streamed 10 billion times. Green Day have also won 5 Grammy Awards and been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And now, on the 30th anniversary of the album that put them on the map, the band is releasing brand new music. Our US correspondent Marley Hogan actually sat down with Green Day. Marley, I hope you had the time of your life.
Oh, Eddie, I see what you did there. And look, I really did. They were so lovely. They've been the soundtrack to so many moments in our lives, and now they are back and they're gearing up for one hell of a 2024. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Sunrise.
Oh, good morning.
Oh, come
Well,
on.
it's good to be here. We're awake.
Congratulations on a fantastic album.
Thank you. Thank you.
Number 14. What's the process? Has anything changed for you guys when you get in a room and write a song? Do you still pull out a notepad or kind of just jam, or what goes on?
I think all of the above that you just said. We get together and I'll have a tune and then we get in and we work it out together and just try to get it tight and and come up with new like a bridge, middle eight for it or something like that. And but yeah, the process, it's always been the location that's always kind of changed while we're actually making the record. This time we made it in London.
Has there been a big contrast moment where you've gone into a location to write an album or a song and you're like, okay, we made it?
Yeah, I think our first time in Ocean Way, where we recorded American Idiot, that room is sort of it's really historic. Like you go in and you can hear that room. Once you start hearing Trey's drums or anyone's, once you know the room, you recognize it on records. And you go, oh, wow, that's that sound. And so, yeah, when you start getting into places that, have a lot of amazing history to them, you're like, yeah.
You're like,
we're about to lay something down.
Like Frank Sinatra and like big orchestras have played in there, and then like Green Day, like the room's good for, basically anything.
The most influential band of a generation.
You said it.
You said it.
So what inspired you guys to get together and have this 14th album?
I would say really it kind of started when the pandemic happened. And then, I was share songs with these guys and send them, via email or text to just like simple demos. And then, we went on tour because our tour had gotten postponed and to do Hell Omega. And then we ended up doing, getting back together and being in that bubble together in 2021. I think from that point forward, that's when we really started kind of thinking about the album and the songs and getting inside the songs and really discussing them. And then we started rehearsing them right after that and got into a studio and came out to Rack Studios in London and did the first 4 or 5 songs then, and then back to the drawing board, do the same thing and back in the studio again.
What made you decide to put The American Dream Is Killing Me as number 1?
It was just, it felt like a sort of mission statement kind of song. It's just like, we felt like, oh, this is the one that says like, we're back, So I think, yeah, it was just, it has all of the sort of elements of what Green Day represents.
Is it a political anthem when you listen to it?
I think it is a political song, but I think it is sort of about the toxicity or the divisiveness that is the thing that confuses me so much about the way that we process information now and like the algorithms that we're on that influence us every day. And it's because like every line for me is sort of like a collage instead of it being some like kind of a linear, but it's so like all of the words sort of go into The American Dream Is Killing Me that the verses are kind of based on.
What does The American Dream look like to you guys?
Oh, I don't think it looks anything like what our parents or their parents saw. That's the big either question or conundrum right now. I think it's the unknown that is, the scary part, I think, for what our kids are going to have to deal with and, possibly their kids too. So,
yeah, I think it reminds me of like my mother who came from Oklahoma, was born in 1932, very poor growing up. She had 12 brothers and sisters, and then they came to move to California to work in the shipping yards for the war effort. And then she met my father, who was a truck driver, and she was a waitress. And it was like this sort of, for her, it was this level of like moving up in society a little bit more, and like being able to afford a home in that way. And I think that part of the American dream doesn't exist. I think a lot of people have become desperate, and then it turns to anger and depression, mental health. And so I think it's just, while some things have been more progressive, like, you can buy weed, but there's other parts of it where you have to decide whether you're going to buy an eighth of weed or pay the rent.
So you can't just walk into a shop and buy weed in Australia. Just going to make that.
Okay.
You can here.
Yeah.
But, you guys have been together forever, decades. You're very successful artists. Do you still get nervous about putting out music, especially a song like The American Dream is Killing Me that does have a political message?
I get nervous putting on my socks.
Yeah, I get nervous all the time. I think in a way it's like our music there is an element of anxiety in it that is just naturally in it. And I think that comes across. So I think the surprising, because you just never know, like, where the way people get new music now, like, is a lot different from when we started. When we went from the last era of bands that were putting out vinyl, and that was it, and cassettes, and then all the way through CDs, and then illegal downloading, and then now streaming. And it's like, you just sort of like, well, I guess we just do the same thing we always do, is get in a room and make records, and then it ends up being pleasantly surprised.
If you're nervous, it's probably a good thing, because it means you care. But like, you always get the courage after you do the thing you're afraid of. So
absolutely, I relate to that. And the zombie apocalypse, did you have fun shooting that?
Oh yeah.
The zombie apocalypse video is one of the funnest times I've ever had doing a video. We just the last video we did for Look Mono Brains, we had a great time too. We did a video last night. It's like, we've been working with this guy Ryan Baxley, and he's been great. And we've been, we thought that, American Dream is Killing Me sounded like a zombie movie. So we were able to kind of use it and as a metaphor for like what the song is about. It's just sort of that, the American apocalypse, I guess.
So 30th anniversary of Dookie, 20 years since American Idiot next year, which comes out in the same time as this album. Have you got a big party planned? What are you going to do to celebrate these milestones?
Oh, we're going to celebrate them for sure. We're going to play a lot more songs off Dookie and a lot more songs off of American Idiot live, along with, representing the new album Saviors. So, it's going to be a big sort of high school reunion for all ages. So it should be fun.
So on the tour, fans are going to hear the new music and the classics? Is that what they can expect?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, are you going to come to Australia?
Yes. We haven't been in Australia in years, and we definitely want to come back. Hopefully, 2025. Towards the end of the summer. So we'll see.
And
Australian summer.
Every time that we go to Australia, it's hard to leave.
One more question. American Idiot, the song, do you think it stands today, or would you have an extra verse? What does today's American Idiot look like to you guys?
I think it still holds true. It's like there's the line, maybe I'm the or America, I'm not a part of a redneck agenda. I mean, that is kind of describes a lot of like what's going on right now in America. So it's holds true.
The new album, Saviours, is out on January 19, Eddie.
Oh, Miley, loved that chat. How good are they? Haven't
really
aged
cool.
Oh, thank
at
you.
all.
They were fantastic.
They're awesome. Like, so good to kind of cut through on what is the soundtrack to all of our... If you didn't graduate, you didn't graduate. If you didn't graduate to, I hope you had the time.
Yeah, that's right.
The memories.
Yeah, some of us were before that,
And
but
they're
that's
coming to
okay. It's all okay. You're still something. Thank you, Eddie.